So, what's it like to bike in Montgomery, Alabama? That's the question we're asking today. And I'm going to be looking at some online tools that are available to you to try to find mountain bike trails, bike infrastructure for urban commuting, rail trails, gravel biking opportunities, things of that nature. And I want you to know that I don't live in Montgomery, Alabama. I have not visited Montgomery, Alabama, but I'm going to do my best with the resources that are out there to see what it's like to bike there. With that being said, if you live there and you've done a bunch of biking there, I would love to interview you about what that experience has been like, and maybe give other people some opportunities to learn more, bike better in Montgomery, Alabama. And without further ado, let us dive deep into some of these online resources. To start out, I'm going to look at WalkScore.com. They give Montgomery a bike score of 38 out of 100, which they argue is somewhat bikeable with minimal bike infrastructure. Walk score is 26 and transit score is 16, even lower. So to be honest, not off to a great start with the numbers, but numbers only paint a certain picture. So let's go to the trail link, which shows rail trails across. There's not many. Rail trails are dedicated bike paths converted from old railroads generally. And let me just compare it to, like, all right, here's Atlanta. There is a wealth in Atlanta, but we go down to Montgomery and it's absent of rail trails. Not a great sign. I'm sure there's some existing old railroads going through there that they could work with. But for now, nothing that seems to be on the map. As far as a Strava heat map, this is where people already tend to ride here. You can see there's a few main lanes that look to be more heavily trafficked by bikes. This riding out here, let's see what this is on the left here on maps. This looks to be, I'm gonna go to satellite. This looks to be like, is this an Air Force Base? Squadron Officer School? Yeah, interesting. It seems like there's a lot of riding at the Air Force Base near the let's see, Maxwell Air Force Base. Yeah, so that's interesting. That might be kind of a safe haven for cyclists in that area, maybe with some lower traffic. And then I am noticing maybe some mountain bike trails right here that are really tight and windy. But let me double confirm that with MTB Project and see what the mountain biking is like there. So it does look like that's the trail system that they have. It's called Lagoon Park. Let's see how far of a bike ride it is from downtown Montgomery to this trailhead, or of a drive. So it's about a 13-minute drive and a 6.2 mile, 35, 40-minute bike ride. And it looks like there's about, let's see how many, 4.3 mile loop, 1.2 mile loop. So not a ton of riding, but nonetheless, if you're really into biking and want to be in Montgomery, then being in close in proximity to this trail is probably a good idea. Looks like some woodsy terrain. Yeah, as far as bike shops in Montgomery, let's take a look. A bunch of these popped up. It's like Walmart, or when I see dirt bike rental, that's not cycling. That's not, cycling with your legs. Power Sports in Montgomery, Max Sporting Goods, Walmart Supercenter, Motorsport Goods. Seems like there's a Trek bicycle in Montgomery, but Academy Sports, they might have some, but yeah, kind of lacking on bike shops as well, which kind of makes sense because there's not a ton of bike infrastructure or mountain biking in the area. As far as gravel roads, it's interesting. There's a bunch of like segments and like individual roads in the greater Montgomery area, nothing really in close proximity. If you compare it to like a place like, let's go to like consider this route, like this nice circle route. Like this is a nice thing to pair together and ride on. Whereas it looks like most of the riding in Montgomery is, you gotta get it back there. Where is Montgomery? Let's find you. See, it was kind of dispersed. There we are. And it seems like it's kind of just disappeared in this area. As far as bike packing, so this is off-road bike touring, a great way to explore any place of the world. They're going down to, is that Talladega? Talladega National Forest? Yes, Talladega. That's a real place. I didn't know that, but now I do. And I want to research it more. But you've got some bike packing that starts. It looks like that ride is about how many miles from Montgomery? Now, I'm going to guess it's from Alexander City to Montgomery is from Alexander City, Alabama. It's 51 miles. So if you're going to drive, that's about an hour to get to the start. As far as bike packing goes, there's not a ton in the area. It's just that one, kind of straightaway that comes down through. It looks like a lot of this is in maybe the Appalachian Trail. I believe, yes, this is kind of like an Appalachian Trail ride. So yeah, bike packing is kind of lacking. Let's look at the weather though. They get 51 inches of rain per year, which is a little more than average, 211 sunny days, which is a bit more than average. And it looks like the summer is hot. This comfort index on best places shows you if it's not too hot, not too cold. June, July, August, they're pretty hot. But then the rest of the year, January is a 6.8, probably gets a little bit cooler. So that's near a 7. February 7 and above. March, April, May, September, October, November, even December is a 7. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months above a 7 comfort index and 4 below. So it looks like the real struggle you're going to have is in July and August with just the heat and probably some humidity as well. It does say 0 inches of snow per year. I'm sure it probably has snowed there before, but not much snow you're going to have to contend with. As far as some bike touring routes, this is adventure cycling. Let's take a closer look here. So as far as Montgomery, nothing runs directly through Montgomery, but there's this trail here, which is the Underground Railroad. It's a 400-mile trail. That's just for section 1. It goes north to south from, looks like Mobile, Alabama, all the way to Toronto. Mississauga. I'm going to have to figure out how to pronounce that. But yeah, you've got that there. But again, not much bike touring in that area. That doesn't mean it's not possible. It just means it's not quite established yet. And you're going to need to work on it and figure it out on your own. So that was a quick overview of what it's like to bike in Montgomery, Alabama. I didn't see anything too promising there. It doesn't seem like they're being too proactive about their biking infrastructure there. With that being said, the Montgomery administration would encourage you to look into some solutions to improve cycling infrastructure in your city. And also, maybe there's some things that just haven't been revealed yet online. And in that case, if you live in Montgomery and know there's some great biking there and great pockets of it, I would love to talk to you to figure out where that is. So just go down to the description if that's you. There's a form you can fill out. Would love to talk to you and arm some people with some good information. I've got a ton more videos just like this one on the channel. Please give it a like and subscribe if this was valuable to you. I'm going to be exploring all, across the world, ideally, through the amazing tools and resources we have online already to figure out what it's like to bike everywhere and anywhere. With that being said, have a good one. Thanks for watching. See you soon.